Hi, I'm Ashira Ramadan from Jerusalem.
Don't push me. Don't push me. Okay, go. Don't push me.
Okay, go.
Hi, this is Eman from Gaza.
Hi, I'm Ala Khayyou from Jerusalem.
Hi, I'm Farah Abu Qasim living in Gaza.
Hi, this is Diana Zir from Ramallah.
My name is Nader Abu Daqqa. I live in Gaza.
أعزائي المستمعين نقدم لكم نشرة الأخبار. أنا ميارا العملة. I'm living in Ramallah.
What time is it? Guys, it's 10:30. We've been driving since 7 in the morning and we got lost again getting out of Majdal Shams. Not really lost, but you know. We didn't think that it's gonna take us so long. So now we're just getting towards Daliet Al Karmel and I'm hoping that now I'm gonna see a sign that says Daliet Al Karmel. No, not yet. But hopefully there soon will be a sign which is Daliet Al Karmel, which is like close to Haifa. And Karmel, by the way, is the name of my sister after the Mount Karmel, which is in Haifa, which is also part of Daliet Al Karmel. How are you doing, Jalil?
Tired. But I'm fine.
Jalil is grumpy, I think.
No, I'm not grumpy.
Really? You still love me? After all this long day?
Of course.
Haha, didn't hear it.
Of course, honey.
Okay. You can tell the love after 20, I don't know how many hours on the road.
Habib, please.
We couldn't find anyone to fix the car in Majdal Shams. And there's no
Daliet Al Karmel.
We got Daliet Al Karmel.
And it's 1 kilometer.
1 kilometer away. Yippee! But yeah, the car is still stalling, and like every now and then, one of the reasons why it's taken us so long is we have to stop every now and then. Yes, Daliet Al Karmel. Hello, Karmel. Yeah. Okay, so we made it.
يا هلا اهلين اهلا وسهلا
مرحبا.
سلام.
اهلين يا هلا فيكم.
يا احنا كثير مبسوطين انه وصلنا.
اهلين يا هلا كيفك حالك؟ اهلين يا هلا.
تفضل.
يا هلا تفضلوا.
تسلموا.
شكرا.
وهون بيعتبروا حالهم إسرائيليين صح؟
نحن
I'm
نعتبر
saying
حالنا
that they consider
فلسطينيين.
themselves Israelis, Syrians on the border of Julan because it's occupied Julan territory, and do they consider themselves Israeli? He says إيش بتعتبر؟
نحن بنعتبر حالنا عرب فلسطينيين.
He says that they consider themselves as Palestinians, as Arabs. انتو يعني لأنه أنا يعني بصراحة مثلا الدروز اللي عندي علاقة معهم بالقدس هن الجندي الدرزي. اللي هو يعني بيكون معظم الأحوال لما يتعامل مع الفلسطيني بيتعامل معاه كتير هقسى من الجندي التاني. Telling him that the only connection I have with Druze in Jerusalem is the soldier who's usually treating the Palestinians much worse than the other soldiers.
اولا الدروز ما بيخدموش برغبتهم.
Okay, he says the first thing is that the Druze do not serve in the army because they want to out of their own will.
التجنيد الإجباري فرض على الطائفة الدرزية في سنة 1956. يعني قانون التجنيد الإجباري فرض على الطائفة الدرزية سنة 1956. بس سبق فرض القانون يعني محاولات لقلع جذور الطائفة الدرزية من جذورها العربية وتمسكها بوطنيتها وقوميتها العربية. كثير من المؤامرات من الحركة الصهيونية وفي فلسطين اللي استمالت بهذاك الوقت في العشرينات، أنا بحكي يعني من معاهدة سايكس-بيكو لحد الآن، مؤامرات عديدة، يعني سلسلة مؤامرات من سايكس-بيكو حتى الآن نجحوا في فرض قانون الإجباري. ومش ممكن يعني نمرق هذا الأمر إلا ما يحكى عنه بعض أشياء ولو باختصار.
He says that the main thing to note here is that the military conscription forced military conscription on the Druze was forced in 1956, right? Yeah. And that it wasn't a matter of their choice. And before this agreement that this law was passed, this order, there was lots of conspiracies by the Zionist movements to kind of erase the Arab origin of the Jews and to pull them out of their roots, pull them away from their Arab roots, and to force them into like يعني زي تهوية يعني يخلوا الهوية تبعتهم تكون أكتر إسرائيلية to make their identity more Israeli. فيعني هلا كل الشباب مجبور. I'm saying all the youth
طبعا في قانون تجنيد إجباري، لكن من الشباب اللي ببلغوهم تبليغ إنه يتجند على الجيش، في عندنا كثير كمان هاربين ورافضين التجنيد الإجباري.
One thing to note that is that even from
في السجون بشكل دائم عشرات الشباب الرافضين.
He says from the youth, most of them are like, of course they have to do the military service, but lots of them, they have many of them who are runaways. They refuse to serve in the army. He says they have tons of youth of their youth in prisons because of refusing to serve in the army. طب أنت خدمت في الجيش? I'm asking him if he served in the army.
لا.
إيش ليه؟
أنا أولاً عربي فلسطيني وما ليش علاقة في قضية التجنيد.
He says he's an Arab, he's a Palestinian, he has nothing to do with the Israeli army.
بس بدي أكد على بعض أمر مهم كثير.
كيف يعني مثلاً رفضت صار لك إشي؟ رفضت؟
رفضت.
He refused to go to
serve. أولادي اثنين كمان رفضوا التجنيد الإجباري
His two children as well refused to go into the army and they were
arrested. عندي ولد مثلاً في الاعتقال صرح تصريح كان بالنسبة له كشاب اللي مفروض عليه قانون تجنيد إجباري كان كثير خطير وكان ممكن يعتقل لعدة سنوات.
He says his son made a statement while he was in prison, which is something very important that he could have even stayed even more time.
أنا أخجل إني ألبس الجيش يعني بدلة جيش إسرائيل.
He told them that he's embarrassed to wear the Israeli the army, the Israeli army shirts. Hassani, I'm asking him about immunity. If, like, for example, the Druze feel that they have immunity from the Israeli Zionist system and racism, or is it?
طيب
ولا هن بالعنصر هن عندكم مثلا عندهم عنصرية ضدكم برضه ولا خلص؟
بهذا أولا الدولة العبرية يعني لا تعترف بغير اليهود في الدولة نفسها من ناحية سياسية. أنا بحكي إنه في حصانة، لا ما فيش حصانة. نحن الحالة اللي موجودين فيها في قرانا العربية الدرزية لا تختلف إطلاقا بكل الأشياء اللي موجودة عن باقي القرى العربية في إسرائيل. يعني لا تختلف عن الفحم ولا تختلف عن الطيبة ولا عن سخنين ولا عن دير حنة ولا عن عرابة ولا عن أي قرية.
He says that the Israeli state is a Jewish state and they only recognize the Jewish people. So anyone else, any other religion is not recognized as part of the state. So the treatment of the Druze villages is exactly the same. The status, the situation of the Druze villages is exactly the same as any other Arab village, whether be it Al-Faham, Sakhnin, whatever, all the Arab villages in north.
يعني مصادرة الأراضي والصراع اللي موجود بين الدولة العبرية وبين الأقلية العربية في إسرائيل بضمنها كمان الطائفة العربية الدرزية.
So the fight for the land and the confiscation by the Israeli authorities and the Hebrew state is the same, applies the same to them as Druze villages. How much have they confiscated?
الآن تبقى في دالية الكرمل من خلال مصادرة الأرض أو قوانين مصادرة الأرض المختلفة بحجج مختلفة 12,000 دولم فقط، وهكذا باقي القرى العربية الدرزية. يعني اليوم القرى العربية الدرزية كانت تملك أكثر من 328 ألف دولم. كل القرى اليوم كل القرى لا تملك سوى 70,000 دولم.
He says that like they went from the 32,000 acres to 12,000 acres. The rest has been confiscated by the Israeli state. And he says the same as all the other Druze villages. Altogether they used to have 720,000 dirhams. And now they went down to a dish to 70,000 dirhams. From 330,000 dirhams to 70,000 dirhams. يعني حتى لو خدموا يعني
ما إلها علاقة قضية الخدمة في الجيش، ما إلها علاقة أبدا في سياسة حكومة إسرائيل اتجاه الطائفة العربية الدرزية. يعني ميزانيات القرى وميزانية التطوير اللي تعطى للقرى العربية الدرزية أقل بكثير من باقي القرى العربية الأخرى اللي موجودة.
He said, I told him like, so no matter what, even if you're serving in the army and you're serving the state, it doesn't make a difference whatsoever. And he's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, even the money, the treatment for the Druze villages, for example, the finances of the municipalities is a lot less than the Arab villages. طب يعني ما هن شبابكم بيموتوا يعني بالحروب تبع إسرائيل. I'm saying that their children like die in the like defending the state of Israel in the army. فيش إلها هاي إشي؟
أنا تقديري ما فيش اهتمام أبدا بهذا الموضوع.
He says that this doesn't make any difference whatsoever. الشغلات اللي بتصير ما بتوعيش مثلا الطائفة الدرزية إنه خلاص نوقف ونقول ما حنخدمكم بالجيش. I'm saying all of these things that happen don't like raise awareness in the Druze community that we're gonna stop, we're not gonna serve, we're gonna say no.
أو في اليوم تساؤل كثير من كثير ناس أينما كانوا يعني في أي قرية من قرى العرب الدروز إنه إذا نحن خدمنا هاي الدولة 50 سنة أو 60 سنة وبتتعامل معنا بهذا الشكل السيء في مسألة مصادرة الأراضي ومسألة الميزانيات ومسألة الهبات ومسألة تصرفها أو سلوكها السياسي معنا تماما أسوأ من باقي العرب في إسرائيل. إذن ليش نحن عملنا نخدم جيش؟
Yeah, so he said the question that is being raised lately in all the Druze villages is even though they served the Zionist movement for over 55 years now, even though they served them and they have many of their children have lost their lives and they're even getting less services than the other Arab villages in 48, not to mention
and they're confiscating their land.
They're confiscating their land, not to mention the services that the Jewish towns and settlements are getting and the difference between them. Then why should they keep on serving them? كل ما كنا نسأل حدا يعني مثلا سؤال اللي نفهم عن أكثر عن الطائفة الدرزية أو كيف أو شو بتفرق عن مثلا السنة أو الشيعة كانوا يحكي لنا إن الطائفة الدرزية فيها كثير من السرية.
He basically said that we've been asking everyone about the Durzi religion and if we can get some more details about it, and everyone's telling us that it's a sect from the Islam but we cannot really tell you because it's a secretive religion.
فإجت مجموعة بعد وجودنا محمد 400 سنة إنها تطرح موضوع آخر.
So 400 years after the Prophet Mohammad, a group has came in order to
coming with a new message.
يعني مثل الفرق اللي موجودة في الإسلام اجت الفرقة الموحدين طرحت موقف آخر لسلوك اجتماعي باطني، يعني اجا أعطى تفسير باطني للقرآن.
They basically gave the new sect. They gave a different perspective of like the Quran and باطني يعني internal إيش يعني إنه
داخل يعني مثلا دخلوا في الستة مسطور دخلوا في تفاصيل التفسير.
They went into the details of the Quran. مثلا أنا من الأشياء اللي بعرفها إنه بتآمنوا مثلا في reincarnation صح؟
شو يعني؟
في إيش يعني reincarnation؟
تناسق
الأرواح صح؟ I know that they believe in reincarnation for example and asked and he says yes. كيف يعني مثلا؟
يعني طلع هاي واحدة من الفروق اللي موجودة بيننا وبين الإيمان إن كان عند السنة أو عند الشيعة.
This is one of the differences between us between the Shia and between them and the Shia and Sunni. One of the main divisions.
حتى باقي العالم يعني اليوم في قسم قليل من العالم بيعرف عن قضية تقمص وتناسق الأرواح.
It says that there's very few people that know about the issue of reincarnation.
إنه مثلا ولد بيخلق جديد أول ما يبدأ يحكي بيحكي عن أهل، عن خي، عن بي، عن أم. وين هذا الخي؟ وين هذا البي؟ وين هذا الأم؟ ما حدا بيعرف. بس بيبدأ يقول إنه أنا مثلا كنت عايش في المنطقة الفلانية، أمي كانت اسمها كذا وكذا، بيي كان اسمه كذا وكذا. هاي حقائق ما فيش نقاش عليها، أنا بحكي لكم إياها. رغم إنه يمكن يكون ممنوع علي إني أتحدث بهذا الحديث، بس أنا لا بدي أتحدث ومش ممنوع لأنه في واقع موجود والواقع يعني ممنوع إخفاؤه نهائيا.
Okay, he says that even though there's not too much information about this issue reincarnation, he says that they don't have too many proofs, and only the people who have a lot of knowledge. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Who have a lot of knowledge and about their religion, they know these details. But he says something that is proven is that they have several cases where children were born, and they were saying things about their father and their brother and their sister and the places where they lived, and they're still children, and this hasn't happened before. And he says even though he's not really allowed to tell us these things because it's very secretive, he says he will still say it because it is happening and it is a reality. يعني في هاي الحالات عندكم بس ولا؟ I'm saying is this only some phenomena with the Druze, or is it?
أنا تقديري بما إنه الإيمان أو القناعة اللي راسخة عند الطائفة العربية الدرزية إنه في تقمص وفي تناسق أرواح، في اهتمام فيها أكثر من الآخرين. يعني إذا في مثلا بيحصل عند بيت إنه ولد بيخلق، يعني مش درزي، مش عند الطائفة العربية الدرزية، وبيبدأ يحكي الحكايات اللي بيحكيهم مثلا الولد اللي بيخلق عند الطائفة الدرزية،
ممكن يقولوا إنه الولد
ممكن يقولوا يعني هذا ما فيش عندنا اهتمام فيه، إذا مهمل هذا الكلام، مهمل يعني هذا الحديث، مش إنه بياخذوه بالاهتمام إنه شو اللي عملك بتحكيه، مين يعني هذا الاسم اللي أنت جايبه، شو الاسم هذا، منين جبته.
He says the difference is, for example, in other why they notice this and why they know about it is because they have the belief and they have the faith. He says in other families, for example, if you have another house and a child comes in and he says, my father's name is this and this and this, they will just say that he's a child and he's being childish and playful. But because they know it in the Druze and it's part of their religion, they pay attention to it and they notice it.
طب هلا مثلا الشاب الدرزي او الصبية الدرزية، هل بتبلش تتعلم كل الاشياء اللي لها علاقة بالدين الدرزي يعني في المدرسة ولا في مثلا؟
لا.
He's asking, for example, the youth, the Druze, do they learn religion automatically when they're children, or what is the process?
طلع يعني هي العادات والتقاليد معروفة، يعني في عادات وتقاليد عند كل الناس، عاداتنا وتقاليدنا عادات وتقاليد عربية ولبسنا لبس عربي.
He says their traditions are similar to the Arabs, their dress, everything.
إذا على مستوى كل الطقوس اللي موجودة، إذا طقوس وفيات أو طقوس أعراس، كلها طقوس يعني موروثة.
Even the ceremonies are all the traditional of Arab origin, of Arab roots. All of their ceremonies and for death or for marriage or for what.
في يعني عندنا كمان للمتدينات أو المتدينين لباس خاص.
And they have special dress for the religious people.
في عندنا كمان لباس خاص.
Just like other sects, for example.
متدينة
is religious and
زي باقي النساء اللي موجودات يعني.
ليه بغطوا على
الرأس يعني؟
المثقلين كثير بغطوا أكثر.
She says that people who are more religious they cover up even more.
على الخلق أكثر يعني. إذا نحن عادي يعني.
She says it depends on how.
يعني بنقرأ كل إشي. بس عادي مش يعني إسرائيل عندهم قوانين ثانية.
She says there's people who are of higher levels of religion and they will cover more of their body and they will go more and read more, but she says they're less.
برا أجنبية بحقلوش يعيش في البلد، مثلا عندنا هون في الدالية.
ممنوع عليه.
ما بحقلوش يجي.
بس في شغلة مؤسفة.
I asked her if they're allowed to marry people from other sects. He says they say it's impossible. If you marry someone who's outside of the sect, then you can't live in the village anymore at all. يعني أهل البلد بتروه؟
مش
لا هو خلاص يعني بطبيعة الحال هو مبعد يعني هو بيبعد نفسه.
They will automatically have to leave.
ما بيقدرش يشتغل إنه يجي يعيش.
بس في شغلة مؤسفة. طيب يا هلا أمي ترى شرفتوا.
يا هلا شرفتي يا هلا أهلا وسهلا.
تسلموا.
أهلا وسهلا فيكم شرفتوا.
Okay, so now they're gonna give us a ride at least halfway so that we can figure out how to get out of Majdal, and I think it was very interesting. I think it was amazing, hon.
It was amazing, honey.
Yeah, honey. Right. Me and Angelalino, we call him Angelalino because he does this with his lips. Do it, honey. Do it, Angelalino. Yes. Me and Angelalino are riding back to Jerusalem. I think, what time is it? What time? 12:30. It's 12:30. So we'll get to Jerusalem around 2. See how sleepless crew is very sleepless. Night. Bye.
دعهم بالرحمة يا
وين ابوه؟ وين ابوه يا علي؟ انا شكرا عليه فاز مين ده فيه؟
في مي ارفعهم في مي رجع ورا بالشحنة رجع بدنا نطلعها رجع ورا
سرايا القدس شهداء الابرار الذين رأوا بدمائهم ارض خزة الايام.
Now we are in Naser hospital where the two bodies of the two martyrs are going out of this hospital to start the funeral services. Those are the two bodies. They are two young teenagers. One is 16 years old and the other is 17 years old. And now they are taking them to the mosque to pray over their dead bodies and then to bury them in the graves of Khan Yunis. As we can see that a number of people are running with them in the funeral services. And the black flags of jihad, the Islamic jihad, are being raised in here, and we will go with the funeral.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله والشهداء أحباب الله والشهداء أحباب الله فليعز الدين مجده فليعز الدين مجده فليعز الأقصى طهره فليعز الأقصى طهره الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الرسول الرسول القرآن القرآن لا معاوية حسنين قلنا ليه بقولوا بدي اشوف الشهداء يا رب.
Now we are in the home of Nader Abu Daqqa, one of the martyrs. You can see that the morning services are right here in his home. We'll try to see a lot of women wearing, of course, black because this is a sign of mourning. And by the way, the dead body of the martyr would come in here so that the mother can have a farewell look over him before his burial. And we'll see here the morning services for the women. I am in the middle of a group of women who are here in the morning services for one of the martyrs. It seems the situation here is very dark. It's very awful. عظم الله أجركم. ايش شعورك وانت لقيت يعني ان شاء الله كمان شويه رح نشوف جثمان وتلقى عليه نظره الوداع؟
شهيد راح يستشهد في سبيل ربي، ما حدا بعته ولا كأنه انتمي لأي فصيل. مجاهد
الله يرحمه.
نورت الشباب كلهم. نادر بمعنى الاسم فيش زيه.
الله يرحمه. So I'm asking her, what would you like to say before, the body comes here to have a farewell look over him? She says that his name is Nader. Nader means rare in English, and she says that he was really rare, unique, one of his kind, because he's a martyr. He went to die for the sake of God, of Allah. He's a martyr. He wasn't a member of any of the political parties, but he was the best of the young men in the area. طب لمين بتحمل مسؤولية موته أنت؟
بحملش مسؤوليته لأي حدا. هو راح يستشهد في سبيل ربه، راح لحاله، لا أي فصيل مسؤول عنه ولا شيء. إسرائيل هي المسؤولة عن قتل أطفال أبرياء. طفل رايح لا معاه سلاح ولا شيء، رايح يستشهد.
So I'm asking her, which party or whom would you like to say that they are responsible for his death? She says first of all that nobody, but after that she said that the Israeli enemy is one who is responsible for killing him. He's a child, and he went there to be a martyr, and they killed him. طب في رسالة حابة توجهيها من خلال قبل ما يجي جثمان يعني؟
بحتسب عند الله شهيد، وكانت وصيته إنه نفسه يشوف أبوه. بس معلش
بحكم ضغوطات المعبر
ضغوطات المعبر، لأنه أبوه وقف على المعبر حتى الآن وبده يشوفه. أبوه بده يشوفه على المعبر ما قدرش يفوت من الضغوطات.
She's saying that one of the wills of her brother just to see his father, but his father is stuck in the crossings, Rafah crossing the border, so he cannot get in to Gaza. So that's another sign of the siege on Gaza, the closure of the crossings. The issue is very intermingling. The Israeli killed her sister, her brother, and the Israelis also are part of the issue imposing siege on Gaza, so that he cannot get into Gaza. عظم الله أجركم.
عظم الله أجركم.
الله يصبرك يا الله يصبرك يا رب. يا رب يصبر الأمهات كلها.
ندخلك يا جوا والله يدخلك
ولا مرة يعودك. اصبري فيها يا بتاعي. قولي يا رب يا اختي قولي يا رب قولي يا رب قولي يا رب. ما فيش يا اختي والله غير الله يصبرك. قولي يا رب. حبيبي يا نادر.
قول لا اله الا الله يا خالد.
Now the funeral is getting into the home, and the mothers and all the women are trying to save feelings of the mom is shouting here. The mom is running to see the body of her. Yes, the mom is hurrying here to save. That's the dead body of the martyr, and after farewelling him, after saying goodbye to him, I was stuck inside the room, feelings of anger, feelings of grief, feelings of sadness. All the people were overwhelmed, and now his funeral is running through. Now they are taking him to the mosque so that they can pray over his dead body, and then to bury him. We can see the sounds of crying, the sounds of tears. All his family members are crying. They're all saying that he was too young, to die. This is the grave of one of the martyrs, and they are trying now to prepare it for him, to bury him inside. A lot of men are gathering here inside the graveyard. The grave is, as we all know, it's a room, and now they are trying to organize the room for him to prepare the grave for him. It seems that this is a grave special for their family because it was used for Hatem Abu Daqqa, and now it's used for Nader, the martyr. Some men are inside here, and also we can hear the sound of people calling or people chanting outside the graveyard. They are talking about the event, how he was killed, and they're talking about that it was a very difficult event for his family and for all the Palestinians to have two armed teenagers being killed by the Israelis after crossing the fence between the Gaza Strip and Israel.
يلا يلا روحوا لورا هيك خليه يلا يا جماعه لورا
So what do you say in this great event, the martyrdom of two of the young Palestinian men, two Palestinian young boys by the Israelis?
This message is clear that we are
continue our resistance. We call to international community to support our people and also to end the occupation and to help the Palestinian leaders and people to end also the division between Fatah and Hamas. So our resistance, our jihad should be continue until this occupation was ended.
So can you please tell us more about this crime, the crime that was committed yesterday by the Israelis? I mean, do you blame the international community being part of the people who support Israel? Do you blame only Israel and the
I think the international community was very blamed from our side because they all the time they silence when the Israeli going to crime against our people, when they fired us with the white phosphor, when they also occupied us and they attacked us everywhere. International committee was closed their eyes and just condemn our resistance and not condemn the Israeli massacre and soldiers wherever in Palestine.